Hello and welcome back to the Candlepin Pro Series 2025-2026 season kickoff. Today we're doing a doubles elimination tournament as part of the monthly series of events here at the Pro Series. This is Ryan Family Amusements at Millis, Massachusetts, and this in front of you on lane 18 is Luke Marvin, one of the many hopeful qualifiers with his doubles partner Cam Green. Just as soon as I can figure out the start button. My name is Greg Gouillart and I'm alongside Candlepin Bowling Network with Kevin Burns. Hello.
Hello, Greg.
Top of the afternoon to you. It's 2:37 p.m. local time, so I don't know in what universe that was even correct.
Well, it doesn't surprise me that we're starting late because the last shift kind of ended late. And Luke Marvin starts off with a hammer.
Wakey, wakey, eggs and bakey no matter what time it is. Luke Marvin, take another look here.
Well, Luke Marvin has been part of a controversial high single that he recorded on Instagram.
Well, I mean, the score certainly happened. Aaron Fontaine and he were in just an impromptu money match they always do. You know, they always do their very best with it. And Aaron Fontaine proceeded to throw a 236 in that duel. It was captured on Luke's Instagram, handle of which I'm forgetting offhand. And that is, in my mind, the greatest asterisk score of all time. Of course, the top single in Candlepin Bowling is 245, co-held by Ralph Sem and Chris Sargent. Ralph Sem and Chris Sargent.
But it also came very possible that he would have beaten that if he got a couple more marks than what he did.
He got 9 marks, needed 10.
Yeah.
In effect. The play is to go for the 2 on the right side for the out 8 box. If you're new to Candlepin Bowling, roll 3 balls, play the wood where it falls. Strikes are rare, it's a game of spares. Welcome to the way we bowl in North and East North America.
Found in New England, Eastern Canada. There's a few out west, and there's also a few lanes in New York. Albany, actually, if you want to be more precise.
There was a center in, oh God, it was the Kevin Hong photography channel, and I want to say Nebraska, where there's 2 duck pin and 1 candlepin lane.
Yeah, it's one of those where you set them up yourself. The great Steve Miller, my former partner, used to pull out of Chicago. He actually bought a set of candlepins and brought them to his house.
Right. 9 box. And then there's a few bowlers who've tried to roll candlepin balls at big ball 10 pins, or the vice versa. I think Brun's Nick YouTube channel has done it both ways around, including a big ball of candlepins. Thanks, Eric Jones, for supplying those pins. So there you go. That's head pin and a strike again. Went about just as quick as the last one. Luke Marvin bowls out of bogey lanes in East Brookfield, Massachusetts, where said record happened. He's an Atlantic Candlepin Singles Tour bowler, the ACST West, a new division this time around. And you can watch all ACST matches on Atlantic Candlepin Singles Tour Facebook, and certain matches, many matches in fact, on Candlepin Bowling Network, on YouTube and Facebook. Marvin is 4 for 4 on the head pin. That center stripe is our non-standard way of notating the head pin hits. Yellow bricks for head pin hits and red bricks for splits on a head pin hit. He's got another one.
This time it was going to be a split, but this time it's a 9 drop.
Didn't drive to the 5. He had the 1-3. That's not where he wants to go with it, but carries that little extra. Millis will give you that little bit extra, but you still have to be good to score high. Blanks are there. Keep it on the lane. It's good. Spare on strike. What we got here, 64 half plus.
So real quick, we should have mentioned our sponsor for today. That is Candlepin
Bowlers Association. Candlepin Bowlers Association.
Not the ICBA, which is the Candlepin Bowling Association.
Right. A good organization there, right? But today we're featuring the Candlepin Bowlers Association, the CBA. Go to candlepinbowlersassociation.org or their Facebook page, the Candlepin Bowlers Association, and learn about all their new initiatives. Another one that I've completely forgotten to mention in past broadcasts, their archival project. I'm really looking forward to having a better centralized record of past champions, which there's a reason there's a page called The Lost History of Candlepin Bowling. It's been kind of lost to the sands of time. Cam Green out of Canal Lanes in Southampton, Massachusetts, also in the western part of the Commonwealth, 1, 3, 6, and 8.
And also the new home leans to our executive producer, Bob Lee.
Got to go to the house of Yamilkowski at some point. They featured they had a music video which kind of had Thriller vibes to it. It was pretty much it was zombies dancing. It was a heck of a good time. And I'm trying to remember where in the wide world of YouTube it ended up because it was really, really good. $10 for Green.
Well, let's mention that Canal does have a host of tournaments that they do throughout the year. They do a wooden pin tournament. I would love to do that one.
Ooh, as opposed to the synthetic pins, of course, these are made of.
Which would sound like a pin hitting like a rusty nail almost. or one of those barbells. With the ding, ding. It's actually a very unique sound. I actually heard a wooden pin before.
I heard Josh Daley threw a shot at one point. It was during the Exeter team's tournament where it was like a banjo hit. It was like the worst possible noise, even though he threw a perfectly good shot at it. But for some reason, it sounded like it was like a loudest plink, like almost it was a wooden pin. He turned back. It was like, what was that? Paul was confused on the call, too.
Believe it or not, I'm going to clarify this. Have you heard of the American Ball Company kind of thing, the ABC company?
Maybe.
There's a place in Providence, Rhode Island that makes they're sort of like target pins, and they have the plastic caps.
I see.
Yeah, so that's why that
wood.
pin. Yeah, that's why that pin sounded like that. And I think Rob forgot to switch the pins from those pins to the Gatlins.
Interesting. Well, he does have all new pins over there. Otherwise, $10 for Green. Cam Green, I first met him at Lido Lanes when we were doing another Pro Series event last year. At least I believe my memory serves. I would have been doubles knockout in that case, and he was part of the Andrew Therian also out of Canal Lanes. The same-footed powerhouse.
There's something about his approach that's very, very intriguing.
Incredibly unorthodox. Obviously, we saw Mike Kustak in the 10 a.m. qualifier with a similar same-footed approach. It looks like he's wilting, but it has, of course, gotten him on the international final stage. Therian just delivers powerfully from all the way on the left side of the lane. Green's ball goes right to left and goes by the head pin. What a fantastic polo. Got a lot of little icons of beverages on them. Almost like it's still summer, alas.
Well, it is for another couple weeks.
Technically. The red's kind of falling out of the thermometer, though, which every time when I use that metaphor, my wife is like, oh, God, isn't that terrible? No one wants to spill mercury. I don't think thermometers don't actually have mercury per se in them anymore, even though that's what we call it. Just like we call the fallen pins wood, even though they're obviously not.
It's just the terminology.
Precisely. Culturally agreed upon terms that are readily accessible to the average human in our society. 2-4-10.
In another split.
And the worst part is, I think the wood obstructs the 2-10 flight path, actually. Uses the cap. My goodness, that was close. But it's short pin to 10. I guess it created too shallow a deflection, but what a bit anyway. Green has the chance to go 49, no mark in the half. You see that banner over lanes 19 and 20. This is home of Outrun the Bear. Rapidly successful elimination style tournament where bowlers can buy back in if their single string doesn't work out. And Oh, Lord help me. It's literally on the sign outside, and I forgot. Tim Douglas won, but who's the partner?
Charlie Collins.
It was Collins. Okay, that was going to be my guess. I just hate being wrong.
Which isn't often.
Well, I get away with a lot. Marvin filling his third mark has 8 and the corner's full.
In a 7-10 split to boot. Yeah, it's some good wood for it.
Hello again, Nico, and hello, Eric. Good to see you. Front woods there. Even further on the cap might have been Marvin's best play on that, but that's harsh to say. Not like he hit the red line or anything. That's Channel 50 alumnus John Winchell's who was right. Score at 9. Brian Purdy, a Candlepins for Cancer Season 1 alumnus. We'll see him in just a moment. He's partnered with, that must be Will Damon, I'm guessing.
Yes, it is.
I know that high-low shirt was distinct. Marvin again having a good string. This is the first ball that's missed the headpin. Well, I guess it's good that his ball is working on the headpin and not anywhere else. Bad news, he's got this. Same ball, just affect the timing. Now curls into the 1-3 pocket, close with the 7-10 again. Do you dare aim at the 10-pin with all that doubled wood there?
No, you do not. You go for the 9. For the 9. Go for the 7-pin.
I saw it. Which he does. Doesn't get it this time. It's an 8-box. I did say a bowler take a foul call when he hit corner pin and corner wood simultaneously. By the letter of ICBA law, though, it is technically fair if it's simultaneous contact. The problem is no bowler wants to be accused of taking a pin they should not have. But when there's no official present, it is bowler's call. Of course, when it is a matter of doubt, they have the best view. 5-pin alone.
In a lemon drop.
That's good. Oh, yeah. I mentioned Candlepins for Cancer, and there you go.
The question is, has Paul been on people's cases about the lemon drop today?
Is it a day ending in Y?
Yeah.
Is the Pope American? I mean, Catholic?
And he's also American.
Yeah. A rare White Sox win.
The 2005 World Series.
God bless them. 3 fill, as it were. Bowlers are bowling for Pro Series points. As with every year, you get points for high qualifying finish as well as elimination tournament finish. Now, the qualifying pinfall is individual, regardless of the fact that this is a doubles tournament. For qualifying points, you are judged as an individual for those. But, of course, for the elimination points award, 300 for whoever goes all the way, like Daley and Ayotte did last year. That, of course, is doubles performance.
And I believe, Daley's up right now.
In this shift?
Yep. It's actually blowing right now, actually.
All right. Ooh. 3, 5, 8, and 10 taken out. Marvin losing the range just a little bit, but still has a great score going, even though that last frame dropped him out of, means he needs a mark for 120. Scores aren't playing high, but it's not like everyone's getting 1,200. We should go over the scores in just a second here. Good bid, but it's a little too high on the head pin. Harsh to say, it was in the area. Scores are sorted right now. Currently, 1229 will go in 8th place. That's Dave Barber and Jeff Surrett for reference. Norcross and Mike McIntosh. Nick Norcross at 605, very good. Mike McIntosh, 715.
He literally carried back Norcross.
Imagine having to carry a 600.
Oh my God.
That's 117. I don't think it was a carry is the point I'm making. Chris Ryder and Devin Brooks, well worth their trip across the border. 12.68. Justin Scally and Dean Sullivan, 12.63. Dean Sullivan, 6.75. Brooks, 6.65. JT Linnaeus and Mike Nardona, very balanced, 12.49. Ed Woodside and Pete Crawford Jr., the latter had a 6.59, combined 12.43. No 227s, though, haha. Danny Harris and Scott Douglas, Austin Bars and Mark Harrier, and Dave Barber and Jeff Surratt currently hold the top 8. If they stay there, they receive a first-round bye in the first Eliminator.
Dun, dun, dun.
Eliminator is not knockout. It's not a bracket. Eliminator cuts the bottom half of the field each round from 24 to 16 to 8 to 4 to 2, unless there's a tie for the bubble score, in which case everyone advances. We could have a three-way final, which would make me go insane. And we did have that when Tim Douglas won the singles elimination in Bolorama Sanford against Chris Merrill and Sean Baker.
A few years ago, if I remember. I wasn't there for that one, though.
That's a harsh 9-box. 3 object pins hit for Cam Green. Leaves a pin standing anyway. That's why 9s are fine. It's going to happen.
Now, when I walked into this house, like I said earlier in the first shift, I think of what Jenny Rowe did last year.
Ms. 210.
The question is she still bowling?
I'm sure she still does the league. Hey. Like anyone, I'd love to stream her one day. 1, 3, 5, and 6.
Not bad, but it's not great.
The previous 2 strings, I believe, were double digits, then started with a 9-boxer. She never got the head pin, and then suddenly it just exploded from there. Only one of those strikes is a backdoor. But there you go. I think the lane was a couple to the left of this one, if I remember correctly. And although there was no audio, because, of course, it was CCTV, which, of course, is just, property protection on most days, but was used to verify the score on this occasion, you could just see the crowd gradually coalescing. Like, it started with her just being like, yeah, I know I got a 9. It's just another joke string after box 1. And then just the strikes kept going, and it was like, yeah, I got one, to, oh, boy, I am doing something amazing right now.
Yeah.
And everyone took notice.
And we at Candlepin Bowling Network took notice as well.
Who wouldn't?
Paul Graham actually made the trip down to actually interview her.
As did local station Fox 25. Green's play is on the 9-pin to get it to spin, or the 10-pin, what do I know? Get it to spin one way or the other, that's the point of that shot. Well played. So it goes down as a split spare. I do like the head pin and split notation. I'm just going along with what Mike Imperato and a contingent of the ACST all like to do. Sometimes I wish leaves spread eagle plus the 5. That's not a split, but it's pretty bad. I wish I could mark that differently. Thin hits also don't show up on this, and then also, split spares like that where Green had a pretty clear path to that. Required an accurate shot. He did. But it was also easier than a lot of splits. Now he's all over this one. Good luck with this split. That's the difference I had in mind.
It's actually an easier shot if the 3-pin was not there, because you have a better shot of making it.
Yeah, 2 front pins, parallel pins. That's the brub. It's always the hardest one to get one front pin and then get the other. Alas. Green did well to get the 2 on the right side, trying to throw less into more. And again, a harsh 9.
So what are you looking forward to for this year in the Pro Tour?
The Pro Series.
It's the same thing.
And the WCBC Pro Tour was a distinct Pro Tour that expired, went defunct in 2007, technically.
Pro Series, I always love the mixed doubles. That's my personal favorite. I am very sorry that I didn't have a better handle of skins. I hope they'll bring it back, if nothing else, so I can have another chance at covering it well. Nice 5.7 wedge. Oh, my goodness. But obviously everything. And then obviously I hope we get blessed with another amazing match where Aaron Fontaine and Sean Baker went toe-to-toe. It was 271 to 264 for the 2-string match, I believe.
I think so.
something like that. It was a thrill. It came down to the end.
Is there any way we could ask Nico that, because he's usually on top of that crap?
Or anyone who was able to watch back the video. Cam Green 102, partnership total 219. But yeah, including that predicament of do you take the safe way out on the strike. Aaron Fonte did play the safe shot, and then the ball came back, and it was a breathtaking spare that where we all peaked the audio all at once, you, me, and Daley. Who invited him onto the commentary team?
I think I did, because it was to give me a break and stuff like that.
That makes you smart.
Yeah.
String 2 of 5 coming up in this qualifier. Breaks are variable. They usually take a few minutes, but looking around the field, looks like nobody's more than a few boxes away from ending theirs. Then everyone will cycle one lane to the right. We are going to get that's Purdy and Damon we established. We'll see them in just a moment, and we will see you on the other side of this.
We will continue our thoughts on the 25-26 Pro Series right after this.
Yes. Hello, I'm Greg Gouillart, that's Kevin Burns, and more relevantly, here's Brian Purdy on lane 18. We got a state of Maine connection between him and Will Damon. He's got the 2 and 4. Brian Purdy was on season 1 of Candlepins for Cancer. I'm trying to remember if that was the trying to remember if that was the one time I guest commentated for Jeremy Seaholm, which I largely consider one of my biggest commentary disasters of all time. Sorry, Alley Chat. My cadence was way too slow. I was trying to give it gravitas, and it just didn't work. That's my piece. 10 box.
So before the commercial break, we were talking about
2 of 5.
the expectations for this year on the Pro Series. My prediction is I do see Aaron Fontaine making a run at repeating. But I also think you could probably add Bowler of the Year as well to that stat.
Aaron Fontaine, last year's Pro Series champion, and Josh Daley, Bowler of the Year. That is to say, most points during these regular season events.
But out of those two guys, Daley could give Fontaine a run for his money.
He could.
But you have to think about...
Almost did during the Easter Classic as well. Finished third again.
Yeah. But you have to think about how Aaron's year has been going. It all started with winning the Pro Series. Then he won the Friday Night Pro League with Exeter.
As a super substitute, but largely considered part of that success.
And he won the Mixed Worlds.
With Team Exeter, that's a strike. Brian Purdy on the board.
So you have to say he's been having a phenomenal year. Like I've been saying, oh, what a beauty.
Momentum is on his side indisputably. Pro Series is a series of monthly events. At least for this event, we've got live score tracking. Currently, Britton and Goodale are holding on here. They're hoping their 1082 holds on. That's the bottom right now. Still, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's 18, or is that 19? Different pairs on the men's side in action right now. And the women's tournament going on as well. They will take the top 8.
Paul Grant is covering the ladies.
Spare on strike, Brian Purdy. Easy cover there, nearly doubled.
Now for the ladies side, it's hard to say because there's Amanda Cowell, Shannon Scribner, and Madison River all have what it takes to be the champ.
Madison Riva, both Pro Series and playoff champion last year. Shannon Scribner just won that 220 event with Sonia Johnson at Exeter.
Now, Sonia Johnson could make a case for herself. I mean, she's a phenomenal bowler, but does she have what it takes to, does she have the skill set to take her to the top?
Only one bowler can be number one, but I think she's capable. Spread eagle Brian Purdy. I believe he was the number 1 seed in that ladder he qualified for. Ball gets dropped a little bit out of his hand. Made the 6-7-10.
Okay.
That happened.
We've seen the banana split made with something funky, but...
Well, we know how to make that one now.
Yep. Question is, can we do it?
Yep. Overthrows the out ball, but a 60 half.
Nothing to sneeze at. Only one split. 4, 4, 3, 4, 4, 4, 5 on the head pin, according to the stats.
Just kidding.
Okay.
Which sounds like a sneeze anyway.
Yeah, it does. Any good comments we need to answer? I know you've been answering some.
Just hello to Eric.
Yeah.
Great to see you and everyone. I expect an even bigger crowd when we get the elimination going after this qualifying string. Will Damon, that's a high-low dispensary shirt, one of the Mixed Worlds teams. You get one guess what they dispense.
Is it PGG what? Is it candy? I'm not, I don't even want to know that.
No, you don't.
Okay.
Sounds like you do not.
Why do I have a feeling?
Just the head pin remaining.
Why do I have a feeling it's something? Okay.
$9. Will Damon is also part of that viral Chris Merrill strike highlight that a content aggregator got over 1 million views of on Instagram. Hey, we'll take the credit. They did tag our channels, Candlepin Bowling Network, of course. He was the one not so enthusiastically celebrating, like, woo, he really hammered that 8-pin. It was the one where the wood came all the way up this way.
Well, we just saw Tim Jalbert with the ball coming all the way back.
Someone got takeaway. Well,
Remember Jalbert's ball coming all the way back from the plate?
that ball took its sweet time. I mean, I guess it's a ball return.
I guess so.
Apparently that happened a lot it used to happen a lot at Kingswood in New Brunswick, where the curtain was so tight that balls were ricocheting off all the time. I don't think the Canadian flat gutters, which often get maligned by the United States, had anything to do with that. But I guess it didn't capture it either, did it?
Well, the thing is, the gutters up in Canada are more flatter than the gutters here.
Mm-hmm. On the pin plate itself, relevantly, folks. Damon takes aim. He's trying to get in from left to right, and he takes out just the 3-5. Guess he was a little light on it. That's why it rang around the 3-pin. Good leave, though. It's poised for his ball. It's a cliche to say your ball takes it, but with the way he throws it, it is favorable than if it were, say, the 3-6. Now that ball it get hung up in his hand there, and that was a issue with fingertip release. A temptation of many amateurs, including myself, is to palm the ball and just put the ball right up against the palm, but that's not the recommended way. And as shown on many things, good to see you, Dan Esdale alongside. You want to bowl it off the fingertips of the ball, essentially. Just cradle the ball in the fingertips and have a space between the ball and your palm. And if you want a more vivid demonstration of that, Mike Morin and Dan Murphy once did a video years ago on how to properly grip the ball.
You can find that video on YouTube. It's called Dan Murphy's Guide to Better Bowling. And trust me, I use that as a teaching tool.
2-8-10. And wow. I guess the 8-pin was hit. I didn't even beg for that pin to get over, and it just like, okay.
I'm surprised they didn't get a replay on that.
What did that hit? Yeah, I should have. Score at 9. Hasn't got a 10 box just yet, so it'll a bit underwater, but nothing a spare can't repair. Will Damon, one of the hardest throwers in the game.
The hardest thrower.
Or at least the last check. I might be thinking of someone else, excuse me.
The hardest thrower in the game, I think, right now is probably Keith.
It's probably Keith Beaupre. With that snapback delivery. I think I'm just remembering a particularly violent strike Damon threw at one point, maybe on that same Easter Classic lane. That was in the second half. Easter Classic referring to the annual 20-string tournament held at Leda Lanes. Not in Nashua anymore, but never say never. Still in the process of hopefully relocating. 1-2-10. Overthrown. It's almost arguably an even lonelier approach out there since you don't even have the overground ball returns flanking it. There's a subway tunnel instead. So you get almost lost in the liminal space. Wood Scorpion tails forward to take that one. 10 box, 45 half.
For 105 for the both of them.
At the half, they'll want to be a little higher than that, but it's not a bad start. A fine foundation on which to build. Oh yeah, Wooburn's curtains as well. Woburn also had some, like the pin clattering. It was also some of the best. Like
the pin sounded weirder at Woburn, in my opinion.
They did. It was like a
yeah.
Well, it was almost like crumbling. But when you hammered the ball, it was one of the most beautiful sounds.
But
hard to rank. There are some bangers out there. King of the Palace.
Yep.
New Palace Lanes, I meant to say, where it's held. Riverwalk lanes, because of the acoustics, you just the whole building heard your hammer if you get one. Half Worcester here.
Lakeside is not that loud. They sound like a normal pin, like how Lita's were.
Half Worcester try doesn't get there. I keep forgetting to go over these standings more. We saw Tim Gelbert in the last qualifier. He was the 8th place in Bowler of the Year. 7th was Justin Waters. 6th was Dave Barber, co-organizer. 5th, Tim Douglas. 4, Nick Freshy Zuffalato. 3, Aaron Fontaine, who went on to win the playoffs. 2nd, Danny Harris. And 1st, Josh Daley, Bowler of the Year.
Danny Harris had a good year, too. But it's like I said, it's a new year, it's a new season.
Yeah. Danny won the doubles knockout with Justin Waters. Justin Waters, however, this time around is partnered with Chris Bovair. They combined for an 11.92. That's currently in playoff contention at the moment.
How did Aaron do his first string?
Who, sorry?
Fontaine.
163.
Yeah, Freshly went 132.
Yeah.
So
Collins went into the 170s, or we saw that.
Yep.
He and Brian Kroll combined for 323. Kroll at a 151. Purdy on his third ball here, 69 through 6. And there's a 10. If you want to follow along with the same scores that we're reciting off right now, go to Candlepin Bowling Network or the Candlepin Pro Series, both on Facebook. And you can follow along with a live updating Google Sheet this time around. As best as the Pro Series organizers can do, they are punching in the scores so that you can see the same scores they do in calculating who advances to the elimination phase. Dun dun dun. Lemon drop on the first ball. Candlepins for Cancer is now giving away $100,000 to bowlers and their families. And you can too. Whether it's dropping $1 in the bin every time you plunk out the 4 or 6 pin on the first ball, to the bigger donations, everything large and small, even if you give $2 in that situation,
Take a look at this.
Every little bit helps. Yeah, I saw that. That's what I was referencing. So if you're able to give, please go to candlepins4cancer.com. That's candlepins number 4 cancer.com to either take part or to the bowlers, if you want to be a part of some of our live shows like Brian Purdy was, candlepins4cancer.com.
And also our other sponsor to Candlepin Bowling Network for the Pro Series is also the Candlepin Bowlers Association.
That's right. President Dave Barber, who co-organizes the Pro Series, among many other great bowlers. Corey Alicia was talking to about this as well. They're doing a lot of initiatives right now. Upcoming Youth Pro event, big strike there.
Well, I have to punch in 2 lemon drops.
And average centralization and also archive project for past scores as well. So really trying to bring together the past, present, and future of Candlepin by really centralizing resources. It's a real bowler side initiative, which, if all goes well, in my opinion, will work very well hand-in-hand with the ICBA from the different perspectives the two organizations have. Go to candlepinbowlersassociation.org, candlepinbowlersassociation.org, or go to the Facebook page, The Candlepin Bowlers Association, for more information, including on how you can be a part of average tracking efforts. They're already tracking scores for major, accepted major tournaments like the Pro Series, but for your own leagues, they could use your help, bowlers. So in that case, please go to candlepinbowlersassociation.org.
Please like and follow Candlepin Bowling Network on YouTube. Hit that little bell for every time we are on the air.
Second ball gets away, but Purdy's in the 1 teams for certain with that 3-mark string, including, remember, got that spread eagle in the 5th. That's that red brick there for the split. 9's fine, 114.
We are so close to 5,000 subscribers right now.
Incredible, isn't it?
It is.
You still have time to become one of our first 5,000 unless you guys have really been spamming the button, but still. Really
Well,
appreciate it.
I became a subscriber when it was Spread Eagle Productions when we first started out.
You are watching the Men's Pro Series, Women's Pro Series, also live on YouTube with Paul Grant on Candlepin Bowling Network.
I don't know if Paul has any help with them, but I know Dave Peterson was around earlier.
He's a man with a plan and a very high chair.
Oh, yeah. Who sometimes needs a high chair.
Wow.
Oh, come on. He's been making fun of me for how long?
It was good. It was good. 1, 3, 7, 9, 10.
He's been making fun of me for how long? Since
Oh yeah.
it's kind of like...
No, that's totally fair. Whoa, what are you kidding me, 10-pin? How does that not go? Damon through the kitchen sink. I think there was a pin forward and backward. We'll see it again in a sec.
Charlie Collins ended with a 126 to go with his high string from his first game.
One more look. I think he just, let's see, gets a little light on the, so he's a light on the head pin. That's harsh, but unfortunately that's how it goes. And just nothing went back to the 10-pin.
Almost a banana split.
Get over, all of you. Good.
Broke up the split.
All righty, here comes that left to right ball. And it's good. In the face. 64 and a ball through 7.
So what a lot of our viewers don't know is that usually during a major tournament where we're working nonstop, like the Worlds and stuff like that, the crew does usually go out to dinner. And I don't know if you remember this, but when we went to Applebee's and Paul was ordering his food, no sauce, no nothing on it. And I believe it was Duncan that said...
No, I did.
Okay. I believe
it was me. Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe we call that a Paul Grant special.
a true Paul Grant special.
No, well, waitress didn't know what that was. That was the funny part. It's the dramatic irony.
Well,
not everyone knows Candlepin Bowling Network memes. Far from it.
No.
One day
it will. But no.
With your help, please like the video. Hit the thumbs up button if you're logged in. Thanks. Just wide on the head pin.
And yet we are not doing station identification.
You're watching Candlepin Bowling Network on Facebook or on YouTube. Thank you. Damon drives that back for a 10 box, third time around.
But that wasn't the sound, so. I'll say that one for Paul. We got to give him something.
Damon had a 97 in the previous string, Purdy a 108. Both are going to improve on that. Will's got a splash hit. My goodness, everything clatters in a heap, and he's got the 10-pin.
What did Charlie Collins end up with his first string?
Just a casual, what was it, 172.
Yeah, you add a 126 to that.
Yeah, which again, oh no, blank blown, unfortunately. Channel 5 alumnus Brian Kroll had a 151. To be fair, that plank, it's actually a doubled plank, in fact. Playing the left side of it doesn't necessarily take it. Unless the back piece of wood somehow right sides the ship. I went. Wow, it actually caromed off into the pin setter assembly, and the ball rained down from the heavens.
That's how I made my first 7-10 split clean.
Very nice.
At Lita during the ESA Classic, mind you.
There it goes, 3, 9, and 10. What would be very interesting is if Candlepin went back to having no pin setters, you would have nothing on the top, and it'd be lanes and games pin action all over again. Pins would be descending from the heavens. That's the whole reason the Jane pin setter, as it was called, was so interesting, is the pin setter assembly came back. It was on a hinge.
If you go back to a episode of Candlepin for Kids, it was the Pro Series and Candlepin for Kids. It's kind of like
Dave Barber and Chris Sacchetti.
Yeah.
Former employee at Laser Games, Chris Sacchetti. Where is he now? Will Damon 100, partnership total 214. Hi, Craig Holbrook.
Greg Holbrook is questioning something. I don't know what. Oh, looks like there's a broken pin.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a broken pin.
He and Joey List are partnering in this event like they did a couple years ago.
Yeah, there's a broken pin. Yeah, there's no cap on it.
Did you see? Oh, yeah, that's absolutely right. Look at that. You can kind of see. Maybe you folks saw that, but the cap definitely looked different. And that pin will be taken out of service. Totally missed the moment that happened. I wonder where the cap debris ended up, pray tell. All righty.
Well, that took it clean off.
That one's not going to be returned. All righty, that is it for the second of 5 qualifying strings. We'll be right back with number 3 in just a moment. Hey there, folks. Just wanted to let you know that string 3 of 5 will begin as soon as possible. Just wanted to let you know that one pair of lanes is already still on the back half. We'll be right with you once that's done. 5 boxes away. See you soon. And welcome back. We have ourselves Brian Kroll and Charlie Collins for this one.
Collins on the headpin with a 2-1 split.
We saw him last night in the Friday Night Pro Leagues, his team Central 3. A lot of overlap with that Academy Lanes World Team shirt he's wearing. 3, 4, and 6. So an unlikely alliance between him and the team they vanquished in that same finals, Fenway Academy. Brian Kroll, Channel 5 alumnus, his partner. And holy smokes, did they have a good first string. That's
he almost pulled it.
Charlie Collins 172, Brian Kroll 151 for a partnership total of 323, lopsidedly the best first string of this shift. Women's tournament in progress as well. Paul Grant has the call of that one, live streaming concurrently with us on Candlepin Bowling Network. Quality 10 for Collins, and he's got 10 to begin. That's Corey Packer to his left. We'll see him in a moment.
Oh, who doesn't love Corey Packer?
Impossible not to like.
One of the
A lot of these guys, but
one of the nicest guys in the game.
I'm a sucker for gentle personalities. I don't know what it is. Half Worcester left side. Collins goes all the way from right to left on his approach. One of the new generation, including on the TV show by that name. And yet again, on the Half Worcester, we see this.
You know where I'm going with that.
Overcompensation?
Yes.
Onomatopoeia?
Yeah.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10. Third ball. Very good out. It's a perfect one for a 10.
Let's see that again on replay.
Why, yes, we shall. Kevin sees me hit the button. And now you see it here into the 3-6 side. And the 5-pin wilts. And Wood just keeps going from right to left.
Last pin to fall was the 4-pin.
Go figure. Barn door in front of the 10 for the 1-2-4 to be sent into. If somehow we can get there. Left side might not take it, interestingly. Obviously, you're sending Wood into it. Ideally, full on it.
Went right over it.
2 full on the head pin and nothing went to the 4. Thanks, Weeper. Mike Salona, good to see you. Appreciate the kind words. Collins still pin perfect to the first 3. The common Candlepin term, a perfect string or perfect game, is all 10 spares and strikes.
The question is Candlepins for cancer?
No.
They're not.
But they have done it for other major tournaments, like major showdowns. Obviously, the Pro Series is a major pro circuit, as commonly accepted. And obviously, with the Candlepin Bowlers Association, I would love to see them, have these major designations. That's my personal wish list. But for their part, a pooling of bowler resources, a small little dues money, and they can go a long way. They're hoping to really publish annual reports, listings of top bowlers by averages, which you can take part on by going to the Candlepin Bowlers Association Facebook page and clicking on that link if you're a bowler.
I don't know if you can see the look on Corey Packer's face. He just missed that shot clean, but he got a piece of wood and it just came back and took out the 6-pin for the spare.
In reality, this is a good result, but Collins will be disappointed to leave just that 1 pin standing. And then could not care less as he demolishes 10.
I actually got to know Charlie Collins a couple years ago. I was covering for Drew Steele for a AST for a singles match, where Bob and I had to do 3 matches in a row in one night, and it took place here.
A little bit of a delay on lane 18. Brian Kroll's waiting for an opportunity to take his practice slide, I believe. And a nice result there. That's Dave Godwin entering the picture. Ah, they're both in orange. Clever.
Corey Packer with a 76-plus half.
Brian Kroll,
No,
formerly on Candlepin Bowling with Don Gillis,
no stranger to major competition.
including with Fenway Academy in the finals, losing to Charlie Collins. An unlikely but powerful alliance as down goes everything except the 7.
A solid 7-pin right there.
To make it on that Channel 5 show, you had to go through a series of roll-offs, first a house roll-off and then a regional roll-off. And that regional roll-off, you had to come number 1 to qualify.
Yeah, and who came number 1 a lot?
You're going to say Tommy Olsta, who was in the building earlier to watch his grandson. I forget if Nate and Aaron are in the field today, but
They are.
okay. But Nate was there. That's who we saw him with. 10 box there. Kroll wanted to go on the left side of the wood to spin it in. Didn't work out.
My favorite thing about the summer, like around the mixed rules, and I say this to Terry Ann all the time, I get to see Tom Wilson for a few days.
It's pretty nice. Still ever the gentleman he was.
Yeah, she told me he has not picked up a bowling ball this whole entire summer.
Well, if only Candlepin were in Florida where he now resides, a lot of Candlepin talent has moved and will move to Florida, so I feel like it would take up well. 4-1 split. We swear it's harder than that, but Brian has mowed it all down. Once more. Yes, Wood is connecting the shot, of course, but boy, did that go quickly. Waits for his lane neighbor before resetting. Interesting. I thought one of the old generation would be more keen to reset the lane quickly like they used to do. Lanes aren't strictly paired, including during the eliminator phase when we're not even going head-to-head in the knockout rounds. Head-to-head in the elimination phase where we're cutting the bottom half of the field, excuse me. Knockout is when we have the bracket.
Thankfully, there's no bracket, and I don't have to run back and forth trying to get the updated one.
We might have a bigger nightmare. We're going to have to try and do the scores as best we can. I don't know if we're going to get all 16 when it's those rounds, but for round of 8, I think we'll have more of a fighting chance of trying to assemble double scores.
Well, look at this. I'm pretty sure that they're going to update it on the
True.
So we should be all set.
Yeah,
At least
we'll try and get ahead of it, but and remember, you folks can go as well. Go to Candlepin Bowling Network Facebook to get the link to that Google Doc. Remember, if you log into Google, it'll just show that you're online. Hopefully that's no big deal, but you can watch along with us. A 10 box.
Brian has been perfect so far.
Bada bing, bada boom. 36 through 3. This is Ryan Family Amusements. I can't believe I forgot the website. It's literally on the pin sweep. RyanFamily.com. You know, I have horse vision. Sometimes things that are right in front of my face. You never know. Check mark left side. Lots of people called it a check mark. I want to say Classic Candlepins, the old Riverwalk Lanes show, did that first, arguably. Alley chat term.
I don't know.
I'm just surprised it didn't take sooner than that. There is wood connecting it. That simplifies matters, but he's too thin. That's harsh.
I don't think it was too thin. I think it was a little light on it.
Did the 2-pin go behind? I'm sorry.
Yes, it did.
Then it's full. Excuse me. Not quite on the angle. 9's fine. 45 through 4. His partner Collins on a strike with a chance to build on that pinning foundation.
Do more damage.
Kroll has also only left 1 pin standing.
2 pins standing between the two of them.
This one's head pin. Boy, oh boy, that should...
Break up the split. Nope.
Interesting. Where's this wood going to settle?
Not in a favorable position. You have to play, I hate to say it, you're going to have to play the piece of wood on the lip.
Left or right piece of wood?
Left.
Left piece of wood.
Yeah, because you're running a chance of the ball going to the gutter if you go for the one on the right.
Left wood, left tip then?
Left wood, right tip.
Left wood, right tip. Interesting.
I'm going on the right tip.
Kroll throws to the left to right break on his ball. He'll need somehow something to deflect into the 10. The 7-pin's got what we call it, well, some of us call a barn door.
It's a favorable barn door because it's on the angle where it could push the enough to push it out the plate without killing the thing, but
He and Charlie conversing. Now he'll step up.
let's see if he
See
does
if the ball
go.
tells him anything. Nope, he hears nothing. Sorry, couldn't resist. And he
Oh,
just
he
misses
just
the
missed
right
it.
tip of the wood. Indeed, he
missed.
played there.
He missed it. But let's see if he goes for the. Well, now you have a choice. You can either go for the 9 or you can still try and get to 10. Yeah,
Plays a little.
He-
It may have been a safer shot for the out, which is, of course,
yeah, it
standard
was.
third ball philosophy.
But he had the right idea. You had to play it near the cap.
What would you have done? Left wood, right wood, left tip, right tip? Great to see you all anyway. Well, 58 of you right now. Obviously, we've split the party right now. Paul's getting a bunch more of you. So, all told, just for the qualifiers, people are watching. Bob Lee, our executive producer, still going through a hard time right now, all told, and hope to see
Oh,
him
look
get
at
soon.
this.
Collins double
Double.
strikes. The man who threw 382 in the Friday Night Pro League just yesterday, getting it done again. It's actually on its crossover side, and then the 4-pin just tripped out. He ain't tripping.
No, he's not.
So just like that, he'll have a 60-something half, and then the opportunity to build on it.
Corey Packard has a 92 half.
And just made that, which was for a spare.
This is going to get interesting. Too bad we're not covering Corey right now.
These events have a knack of getting better and better the more you watch. Collins to fill a double strike.
Triple?
And he's slightly thin on it. The fill is 18 on the first one.
Puts him at 67 at the half. Corey Packard looking to build on a 102 half. Oh, look at, he drops 8. I'll bring him to 110.
2-5, too thin. Wait, the 5 gets over. Thank you. Woo. Strike, strike, spare.
Corey Packard is 110 after 6.
Ooh, it breezed it down. Corey Packard raking to his left just in time to
No.
see that ball.
No,
Spare missed.
no. He knew it too. From the second he threw it, he knew it. This is, and he knew he had a good game going.
Packard and Godwin, that's another interesting pair. Two formidable bowlers again, but how did they get the form
And that's a
partnership?
tough program special for Corey. Corey's at a 120 after 7, but a couple more months. He still has a shot. He needs a few strikes.
Collins in lane 18. Billing this now.
Oh, Klesser at 5.
The ball tailed away on him, unfortunately. A Starlight 5, which we didn't see one time, even though we were bowling in East Boston last night. Obviously a reference to the old Starlight bowling alley.
Corey back on it.
Just wide of the object.
Yeah.
And the mark streak stops there. I say to the non-Channel 5 bowler, even though if eras were what they were and circumstances, if his lifetime existed in a few decades ago, maybe. Maybe with entertainment choices, I don't know if Candlepin will be quite the cultural zeitgeist it was, although I think in an increasingly isolated and electronic world, I wonder if there's going to be a reckoning with, we like tactile things and human connection again, which is what a bowling alley is one of many ways to offer.
Corey Packard is still perfect.
Got a spare in the 8th, 130 in a ball, that is an 8. All told with the score sheet. And again, Collins now suddenly can't drive through, which is peculiar considering that's usually what he's accustomed to with his ball. But this one goes.
Isn't this Charlie's home house?
Yes. Obviously, you see Academy Lanes Haverhill on the back of his, but that's the sponsor of his championship men's worlds team. He joined in 2024 for that champion, and they were also champions in 22 and 2018. He's waiting for Deadwood retrieval on the next lane over, and then he'll take aim. Attaboy, Luke. Packard was already on approach, and now Collins gets his turn. Either should work. I think the left side of the three is more assured, but he'll probably just go straight at it. Off the line. His mother, Lori, frequently a supporter of his bowling, and now she will be in the Atlantic Candlepin Singles Tour as well. There's the 10. That's what he wanted the last ball. We know what that means. Second qualifying string of 5. This one head pin 3, 4, 6, and 10. This would be some shot with his ball. Almost. And I tell you what, he darn near made the 4, 6, 10. Man, does he make those pins dance. 3 and 4 is all he needs on this one. So ho-hum, he's only going to be in the high 120s this time. And there is 10. My goodness, what an out, and he makes it, and he gets his 130th pin in unlikely fashion. Left side of it at a violent sidewall slam to take it out. Kroll will step up on his 54 half. Collins did not join the Pro Series proper this year. Anyone can bowl any Pro Series event. But before this first event, bowlers can pay membership dues to earn Pro Series points and hopefully make the playoffs. Sadly for Brian Kroll, he ended up in 27th and narrowly missed the cut. Could have been because he wasn't able to make it to all the events. I don't keep careful track of that. Unfortunately, it didn't work out for him. Top 24 in overall points, very similarly to today's event structure, make it to the end of year playoffs. Top 8 first round bye. That's a spare 3 and 1.
Breaking news. Corey Packard loses the perfect game in the last box for a 163.
Wow, wow. Only 163.
A whole hum 163. It was actually on a 200 pace at one point.
Wood took out the 4 and the 7 on Kroll's side of things. You can even see the scoreboard on certain devices clearly enough to the left of the pin cam. 163, there it is. Down to the pins, now to Kroll. Takes aim, he's into the face of the head pin, and it's check mark left. On that high hit.
They're at 200 even right now.
And he's got it. I was worried that was a high hit like the last one, but actually it was the perfect one. Like, I thought he splattered into this one, but again, with the lively sidewalls here at Ryan's Millis, you get away with some of those. Actually, you may have even gone all the way across the face of it. Very interesting, but very good.
And very pro-like.
6 in his previous 2 spare fills. Points are awarded for qualifying and elimination performance. And qualifiers, that's ranked individually, even though top doubles totals for the 5-string qualifier across all shifts today will advance. And then you get points for based on how deep you go. 300 points to the winner, which last year was Josh Daley and Jimbo Ayotte. This 2-pinner is covered by the plank, and it's 3 marks in a row.
For $50 in bonus money.
Yeah.
No bonus money today.
Candlepins for Cancer, of course, keeping that bonus money tradition going. I always thought, I feel like we're almost, if money were infinite and it's not mine, it's Alfie's. There's no 7-pin there, my friend. You're going to have to re-rack that. Brian? Yep. That's a bowler just being locked in there. Maybe Charlie called his attention to it. He'll have to reset.
Yeah, let's see what happens, because sometimes they do get stuck. There it is.
Yeah, that was the mechanic sphere that was hung up on the belt, wasn't it? Right?
Yeah,
there are 10 belts back there that bring the pins down, and there are videos of the pin setter if you want to see it for yourself. Unfortunately, that one was late. Oh, and Kroll doesn't know how to throw a gutter ball, which is a good thing.
There's somebody else here who doesn't know how to throw a gutter ball.
May I ask?
No.
Okay.
Because I'm the one that has to clear out her dead bone balls that get stuck.
I got it.
Yep. Need I say any more?
3 marks in a row.
And now a full rack. Well, the pins look brand new here.
Yeah. There was only one machine breakdown the entire day, and again, with this old technology that people are able to keep running for the sake of business. 1, 2, and 8.
Well, I said before, the E machines are a lot more newer. They need less maintenance. And
right. Apparently, some consider it tougher to maintain.
oh, come on, get over.
Yes, that's gone. 4 in a row.
I'll bring him up to $125 in bonus money.
Well, it was 50 for the additional.
Yeah, it was 50 for the additional.
One day we'll make it rise with inflation, but alas, I'm no closer to helping with that.
Oh, boy.
4,
He's
7, and
going to
10.
have to work for this one.
Yeah, the wood's not going to really send the 4-pin across by itself.
No, you have to send something.
You need the
off the wall.
smallest slice of the 4-pin you can fathom.
What's up with these funny voices today?
I wanted to.
He really went left on that and unfortunately just leaves a 410.
Well, that pin actually almost stayed up, even on the turntable, just to somewhat take the.
I can't be soothing and resonant all the time. It gets old.
Yeah, true.
$8, 130 to match his partner. 260.
No, about 260 is true.
That's official. We can take a look quickly at Dave Godwin, who's actually going to throw the last ball. I don't think we're even going to have to take a timeout because he's throwing the last ball of the string.
Well, there's a coinkadink.
There's a slow lane. LOL, JK. 3-1 split, and that's 126 for him. So that partnership combined for 289. Pretty good. Charlie takes his phone with him. Oh, yeah, his TikTok page, @_Charles1_. @_Charles1_ on TikTok. If you want to follow along with just him. Otherwise, keep it here. String number 3 in now. Now? Am I even doing an audio timeout?
No, you're not.
Okay.
It's not worth it.
Whatever.
Next up, we have Corey Packard and Dave Godwin.
We saw Dave Godwin just last night in the Friday Night Pro League as well.
You did. I did.
Or as a captain, and me too. And a lot of our folks out there as well, I'm sure. Qualifying strength 3 of 5. Elimination phase coming up after this.
Dun, dun, dun.
Different stream on Candlepin Bowling Network. Please like or follow us on Facebook or subscribe on YouTube, whichever platform you're logged into. And hit that bell icon as well so that you're always notified.
Here's Corey Packard, who just threw a monstrous 163. A monstrous 163.
Live score updates as well on the Google Doc. Go to Candlepin Bowling Network Facebook so that you have the link as well. 4 horsemen and the 10-pin.
Nope, 7-pin fell.
That's what I get for getting my head down. Lori Rossetti threw a 145 second string. Jeanette Southall a 130 first string. Brittany Underwood 121 second. Heather Twomley 120 second, by the way, on the ladies' side of things. Packer just wide there. Spot bowler. And former Candlepins for Cancer contestant as well. Dave Godwin's commentated some Candlepins for Cancer when it was season 1.
That's when Elisha was doing the tapings.
Yes.
I actually made it to the Tournament of Champions when it was filmed at Lita that year.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I met Al, and that's how I got involved.
Packer, threw it into the foul line, but that doesn't always work badly for him. See?
He took out everything from the 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10.
A pair of men's champions, Corey Packard most recently with Team Academy Lanes. Dave Godwin's Packard's there for all 3 of Academy's championships. Dave Godwin twice. That's 2 different teams. Lucky Strike, whose name his shirt bears, and a different Team USA to the one that competes currently. Why did I give him a head pin hit? It was a good leave, but it was not a head pin hit.
And an 8. Corey's suffering from muscle memory right now because now he's all over the place.
He just looked down at his shoe. Interesting. He has one of the slower slides in the game, but the footwork does matter. As you mentioned, too, you have a slow slide as well, but even the littlest things can affect it. And I think there was a small brush that he took out to make sure that his slide is operating.
Oh, what a backdoor strike by Charlie Collins.
Do it for the talk. 2, 4, 6, and 10.
Another split. The 6-pin is going to be the top one because it's on the same plane as the 4-pin.
Well, the wood looks level with the 7, I would say. Full on it. Look at the bounce he gets. 6-7. Elimination phase coming up. That's going to cut the field from the top 24 we're about to get from these qualifiers, followed by 16, 8, 4, and 2. That is a 9.
Please like and follow Candlepin Bowling Network on YouTube. Hit the little bell icon to know when we are on the air. And also for all your Candlepin viewing pleasures whenever you are bored, go into Candlepin Bowling Network and watch past episodes. You can also find Candlepin Sides and Strikes, the Old Channel 5 show.
Oh, that's all over YouTube, absolutely.
Yeah.
But we have 2,200, I believe. Paul always quotes the number. I'm going by him.
And
it's not just a matter of number go up. You folks here, that's real human beings just like you, have made this channel what it is. Because obviously we don't have the big number that YouTube maybe necessarily desires, and yet here we are in our pocket of cyberspace with you as well. And we appreciate each and every single one of you. Thank you. 138. It diverges around and denies Packer to mark.
He's looking at his fingertips, too. I don't know if it's a ball grip problem or... Yeah, it's... There. Something's up with him.
It's a big stumper. I swear it's the same person who threw the blockbuster scores we've seen already. Sorry, I've forgotten the last score he threw exactly, but threw a 120 and a 106 previously. Dave Godwin had a 147 second, by the way. So the pair is doing pretty well. Live scores updating on the Google Doc. Go to Candlepin Bowling Network Facebook so that you're in the know. 2-4-6. Going to really try and look at his approach here and see how that's working out here. Steady 3-step approach. Just to the left of the 2-pin. Markless in the half.
Well, this is the problem with the spot bowl like Corey is because you're relying on one spot.
Which is supposed to be the same from lane to lane. Conditions are supposed to be similar.
Yeah, but sometimes they're not similar.
Well, hasn't solved this lane just yet, but he'll have 5 more boxes for that. Crashing a bit back to earth, but of course, had a stellar previous string. Now over to Dave Godwin. Am I behind again? 1 second. It is 4 or 5. Excuse me. I'm always a number behind somehow.
Godwin draws a Cleary on the right side, on the left side. Four horsemen made up to 1, 3, 6, and 10 plus the 8-pin. Up next, we are going to have Mark Weber and Sean Baker.
A Maine and Massachusetts connection.
The runner-up of last year's Pro Series.
A lot of TV alumni between everything.
Well,
Dave Godwin made the Comcast show.
Well, I said before, the 12 and 2 o'clock shift, we're going to have a lot of the heavy hitters, but you can tell that a lot of the TV alumnus are bowling the shift.
It's interesting. Godwin and Packard actually have very similar approaches, just a steady slide and then a suddenly explosive left to right ball. Godwin was battling a recent shoulder injury, had a struggle week 1, did better when we saw him last, bowling and captaining Academy 2. Good shot. Here comes one. See you, 8-pin. He doesn't need to look. He knew. The absolute power move will be just hitting the button blindly and hope it's not a 9. Or that it wasn't too slow to fall. That's an interesting rule. That's another ICBA rule. When is a pin up or down if you press the button too soon? Does it have to be 45 degrees down, on the way down?
It has to be down all the way.
Ah. But does the rule say that verbatim? Is that how it should be?
That's how it should be.
Another little edge case. Spread Eagle luckless on the spare fill. Godwin 24 for the pair.
But I said this before, and I'll say it again. If the pin is down and rolling, do not hit the button. Because you may never know what's going to happen.
Well, if you're paying attention.
Well, that's the problem. A lot of people don't pay attention. And it's more on the lines of the casual league bowl.
Pretty evident sign that you're not paying attention.
Yeah.
Ball return trying to do its magic here, but it's not going to be a Tim Jalbert situation like earlier, where the ball rolled all the way back.
But the other issue that a lot of the casual bowler does not understand, if the sweep is coming down, as soon as it hits the plate, if a pin falls, that pin does not count.
Pin sweep in motion, even, actually.
Yes.
Pin sweep in motion is what it is.
Yes.
Or the red light activated,
Yep.
where the red light exists. That's hit, but a 5-pin remains.
Because a lot of people say, oh, that pin fell. And I say, it don't count. They say, why? Because the sweep was in motion, it was coming down, and as soon as it hits the plate, nothing is legal.
Or again, in motion. But don't hit the button, you dingus. Maybe it's like if it's in doubt, like, why did you hit the button then? So maybe benefit of the doubt goes against the bowler, but again, what's the rule?
There's a lot of gray areas in the rule book. I will say that. There's so many gray areas. But the one gray area that drives me up the wall is the courteous rule, like we were talking about earlier. Which is more of a pace of play.
Oh, the right-of-way.
Yes.
Yeah. Lanes are not attached in elimination. No need to go ball for ball with a
There's no need to go ball right now because it's it's qualifier and you want to be courteous, but you're not treating it like you're doing a.
I think and the pro bowlers can override me if I'm wrong, but as I understand, there are two egregious sins in cutting people off. You do not go at the same time as an adjacent bowler, like going on your approach at the same time, and you do not lean over the ball return in such a way that it encroaches into the other lane. I think there is a way to pick up a ball and reset, or some believe that, without disrupting the other bowler, or you could just wait a half second for their approach to finish.
Your best bet is waiting a half a second longer.
Yeah.
Then
Just wait a little bit of time if you have to. Otherwise, my goodness, Daley just made the setback leave, by the way. I don't know if I caught that in time. That was a few lanes over. But, yeah, I think there's a little too much deference, and it's causing events to run on, even though most of the delay right now is a pin setter breakdown. It was like the first all day among all 22 lanes here at Ryan Family Amusements. Packard can't find his way through the rack, and it's 5-7-8. This will be something you have to.
Daley just makes a strike after making the setback.
I saw that on lane 16. The only way you fathomably make this is if you lands the 5 in front of the 8 pin and into the 7. That's the only way this goes. Godwin faced a nightmare leave, the 5-9-10. And when he was partnered with Jimbo Ayotte, it was his last chance to turn the match around, and he put a heck of a bid on it going the outside of the 5-9, but just couldn't get it into the 10, giving Dan Chenard and Steve Reno Jr. the win when it was at Academy Lanes. That was in a doubles knockout, I want to say, in the Pro Series. This very same Candlepin Pro Series. Founded pretty much around the same time the WCBC dissolved their Pro Tour. The bowlers wanted one of their own, so again, another case of bowlers helping themselves to what they want out of this wonderful sport. 3-6-10. So the end of the Candlepin Bowlers Association and other. For more information on the Candlepin Bowlers Association, go to candlepinbowlersassociation.org or the Candlepin Bowlers Association on Facebook. candlepinbowlersassociation.org. Packard had his first good opportunity, but just narrowly missed the mark. Grew up in my grew up where I reside now in central Massachusetts.
Auburn?
Thunderbird Lanes, of the former house of Bay State Bowling was. It was so close to reopening at one point, but apparently Scott Moore literally consulted on the project to try and resurrect it. Setback leave. But unfortunately, the wiring, I think it was an electrical issue that doomed the place and to make it unable to open. So, there goes T-Bird. If I had the money to bring it back, I would call it Firebird. Like, Ashes from the Phoenix.
Who would be your mechanic?
Aren't you qualified?
Yeah.
As usual, the piece of wood helps nobody anytime anyway, so Packard needs a 10 box. Now he's just having a tough time. I remember him struggling as well. We featured him on the singles elimination as well, and we're talking again about a undisputed 3-time world champion with Academy Lanes here. I'm just remembering he had a tough time where you sometimes encounter this lane where you're just destroying one lane at one point and then just can't get the time of day from another. And that was happening to him at O'Lindy's Quincy, where we had the singles elimination last year.
That place was tough.
Yeah. And very novel to a lot of people on the eastern side of Massachusetts.
And Danny Harris is one of the house bowlers there. And I said to him, how?
How anything.
Yeah. It's like.
Josh Daley found a way. He was top in qualifying and the elimination phase.
Josh has the Powerball.
Mm-hmm.
And you can tell by going to a house, just by doing just by warm-ups on how tough it's going to be.
Right.
You walk into Harvard Lanes right now, you can tell it's going to be a tough house, so you know you have to hit the headpin.
That's a 10 box. It is very interesting that the scores are suddenly deteriorating. I mean, these are two formidable bowlers in front of us, and now suddenly the scores have gone off a cliff. He's talking to Dave now. We see the literal head scratching. And I'll be very curious what the exchange is in this situation. Yes, there's only one bowler at a time on the lane, but a team dynamic is very important to one's mental state, which is a major part of the equation in any sport of bowling. His 10th box. Almost made the adjustment. He does have the 4 horsemen.
He did make a little adjustment there. That's why he has the 4.
Packard also has a ball with an ambiguous break to it, whether it goes one way or another. But just the sheer power he has on that wicked backswing he has. See, cocks back, delivers, and just overthrows it. Yeah, I'd eat my shirt too. That is... I mean, I can't directly empathize with that. I don't think I've ever had the temptation to do exactly that, but yeah.
Did he really just flash the fence?
No. I wasn't trying to make it weird, but yeah.
I'm not trying to make it weird. I'm just making an observation. It looks like it was flashing the fence.
Man, we all saw it too. Friendly reminder, he threw a 163 in the previous string. It's a crash, but it also means it averages out to 120s. So, I mean, that's still really good.
Yeah.
Dave Godwin had a 126. He had a 391 triple, in fact. Kroll, 400. Aaron Fontaine, 437. Charles Collins, 428. Jimbo Ayotte shy of that 398. That's a strike. Godwin's former doubles partner, obviously. Did I really say singles partner? Jeez.
How the hell can you have a singles partner?
That's precisely the preposterous predicament I find myself in. How in the world? Kim Baker, I believe, has the highest triple on the women's side, 349. Jeanette Southall, 339, also very good.
Well, Brittany Underwood went 105, 121, 91.
For 317. Peggy Donnelly had a 323. Godwin, splash hit. That sometimes works here, but it leaves him a 4-6-10 this time. Yikes, that is very flat wood. If anyone can cause a wicked deflection, he can. Like, right tip of the wood. Like, few can, but maybe he can. He tries it and sends it behind.
That's a pro bowler right there, if they're trying to do that.
High single 235. I said that correctly. He's commentated a few shows, including when he co-commentated I believe it was the Dave Barber, Chris Sacchetti match at Lanes and Games, and he co-commentated it with Mike McIntosh.
You can find that on YouTube.
Who, by the way, Mike McIntosh threw a 715 in qualifying and will likely take tops. And the 250 points to come in the men's standings. Men and ladies, men and women, gentlemen and ladies, having two distinct tournaments. Check mark right side.
Any decent comments? Kind of behind on those.
Not much to share, just good to see you all. Check mark right side. Godwin on a headpin streak right now. He got too thin on the 2-pin and can't get the 6. 3-pin. Lucky Strike, formerly of Bowling Center in Lynn, Massachusetts. Formerly owned by Jim Barber, that's Dave's dad, and a Hall of Famer at that. So although the years are now imprinted in the bottom right of the Lucky Strike logo, Their name's synonymous with high-caliber bowling. To my surprise, they've made many more finals than champions. They are actually only a one-time men's international champion, but they've been on the big stage many more times. Half Worcester.
I believe it was the year that you were working with Ali Chat that it was you and I did
Academy Lanes in 2022.
Because you and I did the semifinals.
Right. Bounce back ball too full.
What?
Too full on that.
Oh, yeah.
Just took out the 1-5 even.
Drove it straight back.
Looks like we'll have a string 5 shortly after this one. Good pace on this one. Holy smokes, what an out. Am I really going to replay a 9-box? I really think I am. That's great pin action. Just slides all the way across. Simple as that.
Almost converted it.
That's my boy filmed where, Eric? Was that? Are you saying Lucky Strike Lynn? I'm not familiar. So much filmography. Cape Ann Lanes, the setting of an Ed Sheeran music video most recently. I think it was probably the biggest mass media candlepin appearance. Wakefield Bowldrome and the setting of multiple movies. And a loud, annoying buzzer that's gone off. What in the world is that? Can you hear that?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, was that because the exit got pushed or something?
Probably.
Last night during the Friday Night Pro League, which we saw Dave Godwin on, there was opera music playing. And we're not going to get demonetized for that. It's all public domain. Tough string for the pair of them. I think they're ready to move on to the next lane, and
we're on to the
we shall not. This is Sean Baker's spare fill on a good string. Well, that's a heck of an ellipses to put on that sentence, but it's 138. He and Mark Weber combined for 237, and we're on to the string 5 of 5 of this qualifier. Shouldn't be much longer. Just a box more, I think, actually. So, but I'm going to take an audio timeout anyway. I just need a little bit of a break. And we'll be back with you for 5 of 5, the final qualifying string, in just a moment. Welcome back. This is string number 5 of 5. This is Mark Weber. I'll get that sorted out on screen in just a second. He gets just the 4-pin. One of the powerful bowler, former ACST main division winner as well. I'm not sure why I can't suddenly update this for some reason. There we go. And he spares that obvious cover there for him. He and Mark Harrier had possibly the highest scoring ACST match we have ever covered, and it came down to the finals of that when we competed at Newport Entertainment. sure the conditions were at least as quick as here at Ryan Family Amusements in Millis. One of the great showdowns. He's also usually good for at least one ridiculous hammer every time I seem to cover him at the Pro Series mixed doubles, which this year will be at Bolorama Sanford, Maine. 117 Augusta. Speaking of Mark Carrier. Yes, I got that the right way around, I believe. The previous host of that. Very popular format. Now that the Women's Pro Series is increasingly strong. 147. Drive that head pin back. It's good. Back-to-back marks. Well, we had a couple of head-scratching strings for the formidable bowlers on this lane last time, Kevin, but now Weber off to a much stronger start. Sean Baker in just a moment, and I'll be very curious how these two came together, considering Sean's a TV alumnus and out of the Massachusetts.
And Weber is from Maine.
Right. Huff Power Sports are referring to Matt Huff's company. He, his wife Vanessa, Matt's sister Christy Hapworth.
Who's a professional bowler in her own right.
Oh, yes. Huff Power Sports was a finalist in the Mixed International, losing only to Exeter Montalvo in the final. Back-to-back seven fills, triangle number 6. Here's some real valor. Mark Weber did serve in the Army previously. Just wide. He's broken the speed gun. The speed gun, interestingly, tops out at 40 miles per hour, and both he and Josh Daley's speeds do not register because they think we're throwing 10-pin speeds, so it just doesn't bother past that point. One of the little delightful 10-pin quirks of the coding of the Cubica system, even though it's a very nice computerized system otherwise. I think the only quirk I have about bowling at this otherwise wonderful bowling center, I'll point it out after Weber throws this ball because I don't want to detract attention from him. But I'll detract it now. If you see in the ball return, a ball hangs up in the return. And you see the return he's reaching into now, and it hangs up on this lip. I feel like there should be some way to avoid that happening because sometimes I've had the inclination to reach in there against the no hand symbol and say, get it out before another ball caroms it all out. That's a huge comeback ball, but just misses the 10. We're playing for Pro Series points today. High qualifier and deep elimination runs will get you those points. 250 points is the scale they use. So whoever finishes as the top qualifier, Mike McIntosh. What did he get again? He got 700.
715.
715. Good night. But that's rated individually. But high doubles pinfall for the 5-string qualifier advances you. Top 8 get a first round bye. Top 24 advance on the men's side. Top 8 women simply advance on that side. All Grant live with that coverage over yonder. 1 and 10.
Don't go Shakespeare on me.
His shot. Where forward was the head pin not hit?
That ball did not even touch the head pin. It just hit the cap next to it.
Exactly. Well, cap deflection is the answer to that question, but it's still a wicked one. Well, the pin bit its thumb at him, but he still comes away, Mark Weber does, with a 62 half. Now over to Sean Baker. That's right, Drywall Concepts. That's the actual team name, which is co-sponsored by Huff Power Sports. Drywall Concepts is Mark Carrier's company. So there we go. At Huff, Mark Carrier. Now Sean Baker wearing the team's Stronger Together shirt from Mixed Internationals. Price's Wood Floors has sponsored a number of teams, including the winning team from the COVID equivalent non-Worlds major tournament held in 2021.
That was
when international play was prohibited.
That was the invitational tournament, if I'm
Right.
correct.
Like Worlds would be otherwise, they are invitationals. They just called it that in the title. Pro Series, though, anybody can bowl. You got the money, you're welcome. You got the money and you can bowl the ball forward, I guess, you know. Repeated fouls, there's a brutal rule in the ICBA rulebook where repeated fouling can get you disqualified.
Yes, it can.
I guess if you're throwing disruptive gutter balls in theory, but again, you would have to have an official make that call. I think he just hit the backwood is all. That's I know I took the replay, but I think it's just backwood.
Let's see that again.
Okay, sure.
Let's see what
I don't think there's much to it. I think
I want to see what happened.
It just wasn't.
He just missed it.
Yeah, just wasn't frozen to it. Hi, Josh. Glad I cut back to that just in time. He would have been so mad. Would have stomped his foot and everything. Josh Daley, arguably the greatest present-day bowler. With all the majors he's vacuumed up, what's left for him?
Easter. No, he already won that.
Nope, that's off the list. Most recent champion.
The Worlds?
World Singles.
Worlds.
Captain of the Academy Lanes team. Directly in earshot. 110 for Baker. Sean Baker used to bowl with Team Lucky Strike, including when they won that title.
I don't know what happened with that.
I do believe New England Flooring. And now he's on Maria's subs.
I don't know what happened.
A team full of either Hall of Famers or should be Hall of Famers, Sean Baker.
I don't know what happened with that, with the why he switched from Lucky Strike to Maria's subs. When I saw that last year, I was like, normally bowls with Lucky Strike.
Reasons vary. I'm not familiar in his case.
Follow with Barbara, you think?
Obviously, team capacity is an issue. You might not be able to keep them all, although, of course, Sean Baker did bowl with Lucky Strike in 2022, had a double strike in that final match, I remember. He was basically the biggest scorer of the team far and away, but just nobody picked him up, and Academy had a pretty smooth route to victory in 2022. Dave Godwin to his right, one of his teammates in that match. Two-pin alone. Gets it.
Two-pin no more.
The Pro Series playoff finalist of last year gets a spare. Through a 264, a 132 average in that final match, no good. Against Aaron Fontaine, who was having an incredible run of bowling.
I even said it that day too. It was going to come down to Aaron Fontaine making that spare. Yep. Aaron was shooting at the 7, 9, 10. He had two pieces of wood. He had one piece of wood that was similar to like this, and he had one that was flat.
And the big puzzle was, do you maximize the strike fill he was on, or do you go aggressive? Because if you make the shot, you win. But then he won with the safe shot. He made it because the ball descended. Exactly.
That's the only way he was going to make that shot. But with the way his ball works, it was perfectly set up for the way his ball works. Another setback.
Show us how. Corey Smith's theory is you play less and more, but nobody does that. It'll be a heck of a courageous try, especially with the parallel pins. But is the wood really going to do much good? It's the red line. It's the leftmost part of it he could get. Just goes for the sticks. As Corey Smith's friend Ryan says, you can't make it. You're set back. Dan Castle, who actually just walked in the building.
I think he's covering a ASCT match. Am I correct or am I wrong?
Yeah, ACST. They're in alphabetical order. Okay. Yeah. He'd like to as soon as we get done with this. I mean, we're still going to have a full house for the first two, of course, because 24 will be in, and then we got to have 16 men. 16 male pairs and 8 female pairs. Oh, does that mean we're going to have to double up some? Wait a second. Just trying to think this through. Oh, no. No, yeah, that's absolutely right. There's going to be a bit of a doubling up. Interesting. I wonder how they'll field that. Oh, boy, don't hurt it. Sean just depositing the 3-pin. Last year. Where is it? Sean Baker was 16th in the Pro Series standings.
And he made it all the way to number 2, to runner-up.
Yeah. He was one of the few who solved it. Josh Daley was tops in qualifying, but he got number 2. Tough box here, but a 52 half. That top 24 advanced top 8 bye also applies to overall points in the Pro Series.
Oh,
4, 7, 10.
well, it's not ugly. It's not pretty. It's
Very flat wood on the left side. Right side, I don't think the red line necessarily takes the 10, interestingly. Let's see. Red line left side, that's all he takes on the left side.
We'll try playing more cap.
One of the more distinct windups in the game with that's planting his feet. There's a similarity with his partner today where Sean Baker plants his feet, but it's kind of different. It's more of a wiggle. Just goes side to side on his feet to make sure his footing is set. Now that was interesting. There's always a hitch in how Weber does his feet. It's like it breaks the alternation at some point, and I'm trying to work that out. He has the 1-9. But as he goes to do it, obviously he's rocking back and forth on his feet, but at one point, as he steps up,
It's almost.
he does a rapid back on his right foot. Spare.
It almost was similar to what Waters does. You know how Waters does the thing with his arm before he throws?
He goes back and forth too.
Yeah, it's very similar to Waters. But Waters has a higher average than Mark does. So it's kind of like, is it the height that helps Justin out versus helping Mark out?
Yeah. Although I wouldn't. If Mark Webber's average is lower than Justin, it can't be by much. I'd actually
It
like
can't
to
be.
see.
It can't be.
Again, his speed is just busting the speed gun here. Can't
Well-
keep track.
Well, Justin averages about what,
Into the 120s for certain.
maybe the high 120s. You might say Mark is probably a few pins south of what his average is.
Double pins for Weber. I've seen one person on our streams make it. That's just on our own streams, of course. Wood arguably can contain it. Maybe, just maybe, there's a chance the right piece of wood could deflect it. Action. Gotta get on the front one. And no!
It did
Oh,
deflect.
boy.
It did deflect.
Huh. I'll look at that again with you folks.
Is this one where I'm going to have to figure out?
We'll all look together.
All right.
Iron boxing, only because it's instructive, just trying to figure out. I mean, it's a good bid, obviously. We'll just see what happened here exactly.
You
And
went on
so
the
it
outside.
just didn't deflect the way one would have hoped.
Looks like he played it on the outside.
Yeah, maybe the ball would have done it, but again, we're just fine-tuning to a point that I don't think is practical past a point. You can't perfectly engineer the ball to some extent. You just have to put it in the area and see. That's an early release, just 3 out. And that all goes. 7 pins becomes 0 for Mark Webber, and he has his 4th mark of the string. Let's see where he goes. Outside on it. And the 6 goes last.
I'm going to make another observation with Mark Webber's approach. Think to Mark Ritchie. You know how Mark Ritchie has that back, starts forward, then starts back? Watch Mark right now.
Interesting.
See, he does the waters, similar to waters, steps back, and then he releases.
He does go across his back.
Yeah, he does.
Whoa, wait, is this going to all go close? That's all going on the spare fill, though. 118 through 9 and a chance to drive this back for a 130 string. Right side spins in, 128 plus. Great string there, nothing lower than a 9. And Sean Baker will have plenty to work with in just a moment. For his money, Corey Packer just ended up with a 119, so it really was just a lane 18 aberration in this case.
All right, here's another little lot of people question. What happens if you don't hit anything on the plate and you just hit the curtain and something comes back off the curtain and...
Oh, look at this. The fill is 10 from behind. Mark Webber, 138. Bit of a fluke, but thank you very much. What a string. That's just the power of his ball in the neighborhood and getting it done.
I remember a Channel 50 show, Stars and Starts, and it was during the Murphy Brown telecast here.
Mm-hmm.
Someone threw a ball, and it hit the curtain, and it took out a pin.
No good?
You know why?
Because it hits nothing on the plate.
Exactly. Now, a lot of people will say, well, something still fell. Doesn't matter. You have to hit something that's on the plate in order for that pin to count.
Yep. And then everything that happens is fair.
Yep.
Otherwise, everything that happens is foul.
Mm-hmm.
There was an extreme situation when we were covering a previous Candlepins for Cancer Agawam event. Nice single. You know, a lot of people won't think much of that, but you folks who've been watching bowling a long time know it's not the easiest one ever. Maybe the cap was looking right at it, but you see he dodges the pin altogether and gets to go instead of getting awkwardly deflected.
It was like playing spin the pin.
Yeah. But in this case, a bowler had fouled, so I think it had gone in the gutter, but then the ball came back and was spinning on the plate for ages, and no one removed it because, of course, the bowler can't just give up on it because it's a penalty situation for him. And it wasn't a head-to-head match either, so there's no opponent to make that ruling.
Was that the Candlepin for Cancer one that me, you, and Paul were covering?
I think it was the first edition of when it was at Agawam Bowl. I think the Stevensons had just bought the place and everything.
You're right. I remember that because I was there for that. Because I remember you had the handheld camera. You went over.
Oh, man, the Blair Witch cinematography on that. Sean Baker, 19 and another.
Because I was holding the mic and I was doing the commentating because Paul ran off somewhere. You decided to take the camera so I could call the match. And, of course, you had to put the camera on me. Because remember, I was wearing my old Mason shirt.
Mm-hmm. Couldn't resist.
No, you couldn't. And I know you couldn't.
Stronger Together, homage to Kim Baker's battle and vanquishing of cancer. Okay, yeah, in remission. What a warrior she is. Another 9-fill. 2-pin is the only one standing. Baker splashes all the rest out. Boy, oh boy. 3 marks on the chance for 4. It's just wide. To his chagrin. Very little left for the former world champion to prove.
Baker is a shoo-in for the Hall of Fame anyway.
He's been on, I believe, both eras of Stars and Strikes, if memory serves. Takes a 10 this time.
He was a year too late to get onto Channel 5.
Essentially, yeah.
Because you had to be 18 to bowl on Channel 5. And I remember there was one year that Tom also qualified, but he was underage. He was 16.
Right. A lot of those almosts. John Winchell did try for Channel 5, but didn't make it, for example. And then he had many appearances on Stars and Strikes and Skins and other, the Channel 50 shows.
Chris Wolver made it on the Skin Show and Stars and Strikes.
Mm-hmm. Baker more into less this time. Thought he could dance the pin better than that.
I think the best match of Channel 50 was that Baker and Sargent match, where Sarge almost went 500.
So good that we had to reenact it for Candlepins for Cancer event, which Al Johnson organized at Bolorama Portsmouth. Sean Baker, we invited him to that. He came on, and then he won a reel roll-off and came back for another, standard show.
Shows you how good he is.
And the longevity, more to the point.
And that's when Chris Sargent said, I am officially done. Sold his white trophies to Craig Holbrook. And I had my eye on those two that day because I was like, oh, I'm going to get those off of him. Because I think those are the balls he threw his 245 single with.
This is the 37910. Looks like Deadwood from this perspective. We'll see. It'll certainly be checked if it's not dropping in the gutter. Yeah, let's just make it easy. See ya.
No, let's just make the shot harder.
Yeah, well, no one has to take a hike and show us one. Wow, he made the two double pins.
He made the half whistle standing, but he leaves the 710.
Please play responsibly. There's a lot of greedy gambling sites that want your money, but you could have gotten some pretty good odds payouts on that one. I would have laid a pretty hefty payout on that. Pretty much a quality 9 if you ask me, 118. Even that 5 box, he had 2 object pins.
I call that a pro 9 right there because that's what that is. I mean, there's really nothing you can do about that.
So really, an unfortunate and unlucky Sean Baker gets a 118 on this one, and that brings us to the end of that. They're going to go around, and that's going to leave us without any bowling for the next few minutes. But what they're going to do now is they're going to calculate the scores. I believe they're just going off the same calculations that you folks are seeing as well. So here's what you should do to make sure that you don't lose the continuity, because the best part is coming up next. Like and follow on Facebook if you're there, or subscribe on YouTube if you're there, and hit the bell icon. That's if you're logged into either platform.
Ding.
And if you're on Candlepin Bowling Network Facebook, make sure to somehow follow along with the score sheet as well. If you want to go to the Pro Series sheet, we've linked it on Candlepin Bowling Network as well. So I believe you'll be able to see the score tabulation and see which ladies and gentlemen will make it on to the elimination phase. That's coming up next. We're going to sign off right now. The delay will be a little longer than last time, but as soon as it's ready, we're going to get started here with the eliminations coverage. In the meantime, that's Kevin Burns. I'm Greg Gouillart, and we will see you soon for that. This stream is ending, but another one will start as soon as possible. Not straight away, but soon. We'll see you then. Bye for now.